You must embrace the matrix structure or you will be left behind. And I say that with, it really is to give anybody advice who is railing against the matrix system. I do quite a bit of work in the pharmaceutical industry, and many of the organizations there, have a matrix structure because of the, it works for them. It's also because their organizations are quite complex and they tend to be global, and the matrix system fits well in there. But many people struggle with that, and I do understand why. But, for anyone who is railing against it, you need to embrace it because it is just part of life. And I accept it can be at times, somewhat challenging. But I think there are a couple of things to keep in mind if you have a matrix structure or you're working within a matrix structure. And, to reflect upon these is something you can do to really, really help you. I think the first thing that you've got to make sure that you've got is a shared vision, so that the vision for everybody across that matrix is shared. They all can speak about it in the same way. They can use the same language. They can describe it absolutely the same way. And if you don't get that, you really are going to struggle. I think falling out from that is to have really clear roles within that matrix structure. And again, I've often seen where that's been a bit blurry, but I think it is really important to have that, really, really clear roles, so that they are defined about, who does what and how you work together. So I think that the roles, the clarification about the roles and how you are going to work together is really, really important. Obviously, you need to create processes to work effectively in a matrix structure. And these may be, somewhat different to the processes that you would have if you're working in a much more kind of silo type structure, which is much more clearly defined. So I think you really need to look at the process you have, and and you need to make sure that everybody is aligned both on the vision and the goals, but also aligned on the processes. And everyone is clear about how you're actually going to work together, because otherwise you do end up with a complete mess if you don't have that. And I think the last piece is about good communication, good and frequent communication, and you can never over communicate. And I think that there are simple things that can be done, and I think that these are simple things that can be done to really, really help you to work within that matrix structure. Because within that matrix structure, it's not about kind of the old command and control and authority. It is about influence. So it is important to understand that that is the mindset that you go into when you get into a matrix structure. But be sure that you've got clarity on the vision. Be sure that you've got clarity on the roles and the goals. Be sure that you've got clarity on the processes. Make sure that everybody is aligned to achieve the same thing, and that winning means the same thing to everybody within that matrix structure. And you really are focused on communication. And if you do that, you've got a really good chance of making that matrix structure work really, really effectively and in a way that it can, because it does work when done properly. What gives it a bad rap is that people don't put the time and effort into really making it work. Love to hear your thoughts. Let's start a conversation. I'll talk to you soon.